Had to do that all over again. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on for 1 second as I just re-invite everybody to this live or share this on my other pages. Oh, this is a mess. Okay. All right. Again, hi everybody. Welcome to my channel, my page, my Facebook page, or my Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. My name is Chocolate Beauty 81. Please subscribe. I'm Chocolate Beauty on Facebook. Please like my page. On Instagram is Chocolate Fitness Beauty. All right, as you can see, the title of this video is called The Familiar Cautionary Tale of Nipsey Hussle. I wanted to wait a little while before I decided to actually talk about the situation because I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon of, what the news reports was first saying that, it was a crime that was gang related, and you found out that it wasn't. And then there was so many different things that was going on in the media, and I just waited for a little while, and I had to marinate, and I wanted to do a few background checks on Nipsey Hussle and understand, or get to know his story. I have listened to his music, and I've known Nipsey Hussle, but I didn't know the depths of what he was trying to do for his community. So the reason why I say this is a familiar cautionary tale is because of the way that he died and the way that he lived and the things that he tried to do for his community, and it just cost him his life. I found myself really disturbed by the whole situation, and it bothered me because it was really a story about a man who had gang affiliate. He was gang affiliated, and he was a part of the streets, and he changed his life. And the music that he put out actually helped him change. And when he first started out putting out his mixtape and people started to notice him, he would do interviews, and normally when you hear a person who's affiliated with a gang, they're talking about gang banging, they're talking about the street life, fast cars. And one of the first interviews Nipsey Hussle did, an interviewer asked him, what are your plans for the future? What do you want to do? And he said, I want to invest in real estate. I want to invest my money. And the interviewer was like, but wait a minute. You're a gangbanger. You're somebody who's a part of a gang. And he said, well, if you don't see that you need to invest your money in real estate or invest your money into a business, you're wasting your time. And it was just wow, this man, this man actually had vision. He had an entrepreneurial spirit. He was very, very wise. And as you can see, as you hear the things about Nipsey Hussle, that he really was doing things. He brought work into his neighborhood. The very place that this is how you know that Nipsey Hussle was actually about something. The place that he was killed was where he initially started selling his mixtapes. He would sell his mixtapes there, and he didn't, the business owners would try to kick him out, and now he owns the whole lot. He had so many different businesses, and it was just wow, it was really impressive at 33 how many businesses he owned. It wasn't just, oh, this is a man that has a one-track mind, maybe he just want to buy houses. No, he was building a restaurant. He had a clothing store. He made his own clothing line. He had a barber shop. he had a STEM research program for students or the people in his community where they can get the proper things that they needed in order to do STEM research. He had created a place where entrepreneurs can share a place to do their business and to sell their things out of. I mean, he was like so connected with his community, but he wasn't just doing one thing. He actually put out the effort. Whatever he set his mind to, he actually did the work. So fast forward to the day that Nipsey was killed, or the reason why Nipsey was killed. Nipsey was killed by someone that he actually helped, someone whom he actually helped with housing. He has done things for this man, and he actually came to the store the day that Nipsey Hussle was killed. And Nipsey heard from the streets that this guy was just, he was a snitch. And being as though that Nipsey employed ex-convicts, he would give them, it was like a second chance program that he did with his company. He would, get people off the street, or people who have records or felonies or just got out of prison. So he didn't want that type of energy around him. He didn't want that energy around him. He didn't want it around his store. He didn't want to make anybody uncomfortable. So he told the guy to leave. Now, instead of just moving right along and going about your business, he gets angry and comes back with a gun and shoots him. Now, the thing about it is that people are talking about, if it was, because it came from Nipsey, who it was a respected person in his community. He was also respected by different gangs. He had associations with the Crips, which was his set. He had association with Crips, with the Bloods. And he also had affiliation with the Essays. And they all felt comfortable around him. And people were saying, oh, well, because Nipsey had said that to him and it was coming from him, that the guy wouldn't be able to walk the street. I beg to differ. I think that young man has always despised him. I think that he was jealous, he was angry, and he was bitter because he felt as though the success that Nipsey had was supposed to be his. And instead of working for it, he killed him out of jealousy. And the only thing that you can actually say to that is that now, since he told the guy to get out his store, now he has a reason to shoot him because he feels embarrassed or he feels humiliated. Here's my thing with that. That hatred and that sense that you want to kill this man was already in your heart. He already felt that. He already felt that from the jump. He wanted to kill that man. And he was just waiting for his opportunity to kill him. And the sad thing about it is that Nipsey at the time was doing what he did for his community. He was giving clothes to a guy that he's known that served a 20-year prison sentence and was giving him free clothes. His nephew came with him. So the other two people were shot was the guy that actually just got out of prison and his nephew. The reason why I say that this is a familiar cautionary tale is because this has been an issue in the Black community since the end of slavery. You see a successful businessman, especially a Black man, how many times have we heard the story? A successful Black man comes into his community. He rebuilds his community. He gives people jobs in his community, and then he's gunned down by somebody who wants to rob him or had hatred in their heart for him. This has been going on since the end of slavery, like I said. You know how many people I've known personally that have died helping somebody else? This is something that goes on all the time in the Black community. And what made me so mad about this whole situation is that people are just like, oh, well, Nipsey, he was a part of a gang and he was doing this. No, he actually stopped gang banging. And because of his past, he felt as though it was an opportunity for him to be able to work in his community without no problems and help him at the same time. You have people who genuinely live in these poverty areas and they actually don't want things to change. They don't want things to grow. They don't want people to get ahead. They don't want to see none of that kind of stuff. And they will kill you for it. They will kill you for it. You had people talking about, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we do matter. I'm not saying that we don't. We do matter. We matter. We should matter to each other too. That's the whole point. We sitting here having our hands up to the police while our brother or our sister is behind us with a gun ready to blow our brains out. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's be honest now. I'm more likely to be killed by somebody from my race than I am from a police officer. I am from a white man. I'm not saying that the Klan isn't here. I'm not saying that racism is not here, but I'm more than likely to be killed by somebody that looks like me. You're not. It's so sad because when people get rich and they get money, I know for me, if I were to ever get rich, if I were to ever get money, I will help my community. I will write a check and I will have other people running my business. I am not coming back because envy is a very real thing in the Black community, and you risk your livelihood, your family's livelihood, by just being successful and trying to help somebody else. It's crazy. And it's sad because I don't blame, I used to say, people don't come out to the neighborhood and they don't help. But I understand now. I understand why some of these Black athletes, actors, actresses, or, anybody that's successful, they don't step foot back in where they came from because they might die for it. For something that they worked so hard for. And all they're really trying to do is to help you. That's all they're trying to do. They're not trying to tear you down. They're trying to build up a community. Now look, Nipsey was in the process of buying more real estate to give his people jobs. Somebody who looks like him, the same color as him, give them opportunities. And look how the way he ends his life, it kills him. Because somebody else was envious of him. Let me tell you something. My family has gone through this. Now, I have a cousin. His name is Chester. He was killed by, he was working in the store in New York, and he was killed by a man that he was helping, that was in the community that he was working. He would feed this man. He would give toss to this man. He would try to encourage this man. He would try to help this person find a job. He would give him, he was deeply religious. So he would give them religious output because he converted to Judaism. And he would sit with him and talk with him every single day. Every time that he worked, he would sit down and talk to this man. My cousin gave him food, gave him money, gave him time, will allow him to come in his store and to talk with him, to chat with him so he won't feel alone. This is another Black brother. And this man decides to go into the store one day and hold my cousin up at gunpoint. The very person that was helping you, the very person that fed you, the very person that actually tried to help get you a job. The very person that cared about your well-being, and he didn't even know you. He did it out strictly because you was another brother and he seen you struggling. He had another cousin that was in the store, and the girl that he was dating. My cousin was a protector. So he went to, protect the people that that was in the store, and the guy killed them. You know how hard that was for my family to know that my cousin, who has a similar background story as Nipsey, as far as being a part, like living that fast lifestyle, he was like a big drug dealer. He was like pushing heavy weight. I mean, he was a big time person. He turned his life around, became a Jew, a black Jew. And he tried to help people. That's all he did. He would travel all over the place to help people, to tell his story, to share his story. And only to be murdered by the very person that he helped every single day. This is a familiar story. A lot of us have known people that have been killed trying to help somebody else in the community. And just because they may be doing a little better than you, that you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to take their help. But at the same time, I'm going to try to take what's theirs. At the same time, I'm entitled to what they have because I just have that right. It's so sad. It's so sad that we're sitting up here talking about, we acknowledge, oh yeah, cops are murdering us, which they are. Not saying that they're not. We're being racially profiled, which we are. We're not going to deny. But when are we going to start acknowledging the very people that we're standing next to each other with is maybe the person that more than likely will kill me or kill you? That's the harsh truth. That's the harsh truth. That's the harsh truth. And we need to wake up as a community. We need to wake up. It's a scary thing to have a little bit of money and to help people. People are afraid to give you $1 because they don't know, oh, since she got $1, maybe she got 10. So I'm going to go to her and take the $10 that she got just so I can live. I can get up. Get up one. It makes no sense. Stop hiding under the rug. Stop acting like this is not happening. This has been happening since the end of slavery. We killing each other for what? What are you gaining from killing a brother that's helping his community? And it's sad because these very people that will sit up here like, oh, this person's not coming to the community. Oh, they're not helping. They got a little bit of money. Now they're on and they're not doing nothing for us. It's the same person that will pick up a gun and shoot you. They will blow you away. And not everyone is like that. I'm not saying that. Here we go again. But let's be real and let's be realistic about this situation. We've been seeing this all our lives. A black man, especially a black man can't share the wealth amongst his people because he doesn't know that if he's going to get killed for it. We have to do better. We got to do better as a people. Stop looking after what people have and think it's yours. It's not yours. They worked hard for it. They worked hard for it. You can do the same amount of work that they put in to get what they have. And if they're in the neighborhood, that means that they want you to win. They want you to get what they got. They want you to do better than them. But no, you want to kill him. You want to put a bullet in him, wreak havoc on your community, and possibly risk the jobs. Because this person who came up with the idea of opening up these businesses to give the people in your community jobs, now you're risking their livelihood. Now they got to go back and street bang. Now they got to go back and have nothing. Now they got to find ways to feed their kids. When all you had to do, or all he had to do, was put in the work. Now we're mourning a person. A family is mourning a person that they love, that tried to help people. It's sad. We got to do better. Y'all sitting up here worried about the house front, but y'all not taking care of home. And home is our community. You're not taking care of what's in the community. We need to take care of us first before we even go out and say, oh, well, we need to watch out for these Caucasians, or we need to watch out for this person and that group of people. You need to work at home first. And home is in our community. People of color. We need to stop killing each other. Especially you're killing somebody who's trying to help you. I am so angry because like when it bothered me so much because it was like I was reliving my cousin's death again. All over again. I had uncles who, let me tell you something. I've been on both sides, okay? I might, before I was born in 1980, my uncle was murdered by the police in Jamaica. Allegedly. Let me put alleged. Allegedly, my uncle was murdered by the police in Jamaica. The system is corrupt. Yes, there's corruption in the police department. But let's talk about the killings and the corruption in the streets, in our own communities, in our own backyard. Let me tell you something. I'm out of here. As soon as I get money in my pocket, I am out of here. You want to know why? It's because I don't know if you're going to try to kill me or you're going to kill a future son of mine. Because I have something. And all you got to do is ask, how did I get it? And put in the work. This is pathetic. We need to stop doing this to ourselves. Like we're just like we're in a genocide amongst our own people. Our own people is causing a genocide within our and it's just so frustrating. It's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to experience. It's frustrating. How many people gotta die? How many people gotta die that's actually trying to help you? They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to help you. How many people are going to have to die helping you? And then now you don't have that life raft. You don't have that life jacket. You don't have that safety net because you done took it out the community. You done erased it from the community. Because out of the own hatred of your heart, I don't care what anybody say. You kill somebody that was helping the community for no reason or over words. You actually have hatred in your heart, and you already had hatred in your heart before that you and that person had a falling out. I don't care what nobody say. There was some animosity or some jealousy going on, and we got to do better. We got to do better. We need to stop killing ourselves. We worried about the wrong things. Worry about your sister, your brother. Nobody wants to bury their son. Nobody wants to bury their husband. Nobody wants to bury their grandchild. Nobody wants to bury their nephews and their nieces. Nobody wants to do that. Kids are supposed to bury their parents. That's how the way it's supposed to be. Now, if your child dies of of a disease that they can't control, that's different. That's still unnatural, but it's even more unnatural that you get killed by somebody that you helped. You know how stupid we look right now in the media? How foolish we're coming across right now. We talking about Black Lives Matter, but black lives don't matter to black people. That's what you're saying, and that's what you're showing. I feel bad for the community. Not everybody in the community feels like that. A lot of people are hurt and angry over the situation. But it only takes that one person with animosity, hatred in their hearts. And they already made up in their minds. Let me tell you something. All these murders is a heart issue. It's a heart issue. And it seeps from your heart into your mind, into a thought, and then into action. We need to get our hearts right in this community. We got to do better. We got to love each other. And I'm not saying, oh, fake love. No, you got to love your brother. You want them to live. Stop doing this to your people. Stop it. It's not okay. It's not okay. I had, going over the media, you haven't heard anything negative about Nipsey. Nothing. The next day, he had to go to a rally on trying to figure out how they can navigate the police department and can navigate with gangbangers to stop the violence. And it's somebody that was a part of his so-called set, his set that he was formerly a part of, that killed him. It wasn't even a rival gang member that killed him. It was somebody that was supposedly a part of his set. He was doing so many great things in the community, only to be gunned down. And this happens everywhere, all over the country, where you have a black man who's trying to make a difference. You have a black man that's going to his community, trying to help the kids, donating money, donating time, donating buildings, putting people in homes, redoing projects, putting people in better situations, and they end up dead. Killed by the very person that looks like them and more than likely probably helped. Yo, I'm just done. I'm done with this. I'm done. We need to do better. Stop killing each other and stop killing the people who are trying to help you, trying to get you in a better place, in a better position in life. Do better. Love one another. Get your heart right. Get help. You got problems? Get help. You're angry? Get help. Talk about it to somebody. It's time that black people start doing therapy. I'm serious. We need to do therapy. See a psychiatrist. Talk about your problems. Because all that bottled up animosity will take you to places and make you do things that will ruin so many people and will ruin a cause and can hinder not just your children's future, because you don't know what that man is doing or what that business person is doing for you will not benefit your kids. It might benefit your kids. Now you're taking away something that could have possibly helped your child. Help their child. This could have been a generational thing, and you took it away. I pray for his family. I hope that they can continue his legacy. And I hope that this doesn't make them close up shop and get away from the community altogether. And if they do, I don't blame them. And I pray for his children, his 2 children, and his girlfriend, Laura London. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you later.